Thank you, sir. Now, tuberculosis, I think it's a complete chapter, complete book, or maybe more. After learning about tuberculosis so many years, still I feel I am missing something. So, it was a disease which was described around 1000 years before the Christ. Now we are 2014 after the death of the Christ. What we have done, we have made things more worse. Tubercular bacilli, basically it's not so dreadful, which we have made it. MDR, now the era is of MDR. This recent advances does not mean drug sensitive tuberculosis, it means drug resistant tuberculosis. How this drug resistant tuberculosis has occurred, is the culprit as us, we doctors. This is man-made problem. Most importantly, doctors, there was a survey, 100 different doctors were given a same patient, a same prescription, and you can imagine there were around 83 different prescriptions for tuberculosis on the same patient. So this is pathetic. For drug sensitive tuberculosis, there are only two regimens. One, 4 drugs, rifampicin, INH, ethambutol and pyazamide. For any patient who is being diagnosed first in his lifespan, new patient, extrapulmonary or pulmonary tuberculosis, only 4 drugs. A patient which is having recurrence, or a patient which is a dropout, means has taken tuberculosis for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, means more than 1 month. So he is a candidate for category 2 treatment, means 5 drugs. 5 drugs means these all 4 drugs plus aminoglycoside streptomycin. The only drug which has to be added is streptomycin, not quinolone. So please do not add quinolone in a regime, because quinolone is not a first line drug. To start with, can you see the slides? Yeah. Okay. This is the outline. Recent advances of tuberculosis. We will talk in 3 terms: treatment, diagnostic, and prevention. Treatment: drug resistant TB, new drugs and new regimens. Drug sensitive TB. There are hardly new drugs for sensitivity, but yes, old drugs are being tried for new regimens also to shorten the course of treatment. And diagnostic, yes, this is the revolution. Rapid diagnostics test for MDR and XDR. Prevention, vaccines are underdeveloped, but we will discuss that also. Road to eliminate TB, stop transmission, earlier point of care diagnosis, safe and effective vaccine, neutralize latent infection with vaccines and drugs. Government is to detect 70% of the patient from the community and to treat 85% of them. So I don't know how to eradicate it, how to control it, but yes, it's a situation which we should control, and it's our moral and ethical duty. Treatment of active TB. Most effective drugs should be prescribed, rapid drug sensitivity test for all drugs, and shorter, simpler drug regimens. Advances, these are 2 new drugs. Since last 40 years, we have no drug in first, second, third line drugs. These are new drugs, bedaquiline and delamanate. Bedaquiline is TMC 207, first new anti-TB drugs over 40 years, approved by US FDA in December 2012 for treatment of MDR in adults. Presentation is 100 mg tablets and marketed in the brand of name of Citilo. Decreases energy production of MTB by inhibiting ATPase 3 and inhibits growth of actively replicating as well as non-replicating drug sensitive and drug resistant Mycobacterium tuberculosis. There are practically no adverse drug interactions with other ATT and no cross-reaction with other ATT. It should be used only when an effective treatment regimen cannot be otherwise provided. Can cause QT interval prolongation, and monitor ECG and of course LFT. Doses regimen are 400 mg daily for first 2 weeks, followed by 200 mg thrice times per week for 22 weeks. Total duration of treatment is 6 months. Second drug is delamanate, OPC 67683. It is nitroimidazole derivative, inhibits mycolic acid synthesis in bacterial cell wall, approved by European Union in 2013 for treatment of MDR tuberculosis in adults, only for the treatment of MDR. Undergoing phase 2 and 3 clinical trials in US and recommended dose is 100 mg BD for 24 weeks. There are new drugs still in the pipeline. Sutozolid, PENU 100480, SQ109, PA824, Pletominate. These are new drugs in horizon. This drug is linezolid analog, currently undergoing phase 2 clinical trials, acts as inhibiting bacterial protein synthesis. What is the difference between these two drugs? Sutolid is better antibacterial activity than linezolid, both in vitro and in mouse models of TB, and better time-dependent killing of bacteria, improved safety profile. Linezolid is also safe; it is more safer than that. Early bactericidal action, addition to standard TB regimen significantly improves the efficacy. It has potential to shorten the duration of treatment. Does not interact with cytochrome P450 enzymes. Not likely to interact with antiretroviral therapy. A good option for HIV patients having tuberculosis. SQ109 is ethylene diamine derivative. Currently, it is undergoing phase 3 clinical trials for MDR, and it is an analog of ethambutol. The active against drug susceptible as well as multi-drug strains of MTB. Early bactericidal action, and it has a synergism with INH and rifampicin. Synergistic and additive action with second line ATT also, low bacterial mutation rate. P8 protominate is bicyclic nitroimidazole derivative developed by TB Alliance, active against drug susceptible as well as drug resistant TB. Potent bactericidal and sterilizing agent. No significant cytochrome P50 interactions, useful for the patient with co-infection of HIV and TB. Currently undergoing phase 2B and 3 trials. Dual mechanism of action, inhibits cell wall and acts as NO donor. Active against both active and dormant TB bacilli, safe, well tolerated and efficacious at the dose of 100 to 200 mg daily. Synergism with moxifloxacin and pyzanite is noted and potentiate to shorten the treatment. This Rizolin is the Indian innovation. It was approved by DGCSI in 2009 for the treatment of drug-sensitive tuberculosis. It is nothing but 200 mg of rifampicin added with piperin. Piperin basically improves availability of this drug in the blood and sustained high concentration is noted. So as good as 450 mg of rifampicin with lower side effects. The major limitations of the rifampicin are poor GI and hepatic tolerance, low and variable bioavailability, and subtherapeutic serum levels with some cases. Multiple adverse drug interactions are there, yes, because it's an enzyme inducer. What is the basic difference between these two? Rizolin high and sustained serum rifampicin level noted and documented. Clinical efficacy is as per a standard regime. GI tolerability is improved because of the low dose, and risk of hepatitis is markedly reduced. Treatment adherence rate is very high because of good compliance. Benefits: lower incidence of GI adverse effects, minimized risk of drug-induced hepatitis, better tolerability and improved patient compliance. Benefits of improved adherence treatment, lower treatment failure rates, reduced relapse rates, and minimized risk of development of drug resistance. It's a preferred choice of treatment in drug susceptibility, pulmonary or extrapulmonary tuberculosis, particularly in conditions known to decrease rifampicin absorption. Patients who are not likely to tolerate 450 mg of rifampicin. Ideal switchover therapy for patients who develop intolerable GI side effects or hepatotoxicity with conventional doses. Useful option for patients with high risk of developing drug-induced hepatitis like alcoholic patient, elderly, malnourished, hepatitis B and C. Interrupting between, I remember one of my patients, there are different ways of hepatotoxicity of rifampicin. One of my patients developed hepatotoxicity within a week. After 2 months of treatment, within a week his bilirubin reached to 9. I stopped the treatment after 2 months of treatment. And after stopping the treatment, again within a week, his bilirubin reached to 35. She was practically in coma, and the allegement was कि you have seen the Amir Khan show, the MDR, he has taught the MDR to every patient. Why the drug sensitivity was not done, why this rifampicin was prescribed. This was the other story. Finally, the patient is in Gangaram. Liver transplant has been done. She is still on ventilator. And it was a unfortunate part. I have never seen a patient with toxicity so high requiring a liver transplant. But yes, one of my gastro colleagues says that one of the MD students also died due to rifampicin induced hepatotoxicity. So it's a new thing for me. It was just hepatotoxicity is so toxic. So get your serum bilirubins done frequently, the only way. This is a beautiful slide. The current treatment for tuberculosis for sensitive patients is 6 months. For retreatment patients with streptomycin is 9 months. For MDR patients is 24 months. This is the current status. What is the new treatment? What is the new treatment is 4 months of ATT and cure the tuberculosis. And please don't type yes, our vision to treat tuberculosis within 10 days of treatment. You prescribe ATT for 10 days and patient is cured. This is our vision. Why not? We have reached Mars. So this is our vision. The objective for new anti-TB regime is to shorten duration of treatment for 4 months, evaluate new drugs, add new drugs to standard regimens, steady combination of new drugs. Moxifloxacin was tried. It is being currently evaluated for same. It was given alternatively for INH or ethambutol. Standard 4 drug regimens was being replaced. One was replaced, INH was replaced by moxifloxacin. Other arm, ethambutol was replaced by moxifloxacin. And 4 months treatment was given. This was REMOX trial. Aim whether the moxifloxacin containing TB regimen could reduce the time of treatment of drug-sensitive TB patients from 6 months to 4 months. This was phase 3 trial. This was 3-arm study, and it was in 47 different sites in 9 countries, including India, including Meerut. There were 4-5 sites, and finally one has completed also. Still, it's ongoing. This was the REMOX trial, standard 6-month treatment, and both arms. It was double-blind and randomized. Still, result is to come. The recruitment is completed, I think. This was the another trials, completed phase 2 trials of moxifloxacin. This is again ongoing trials for drug sensitivity on moxifloxacin. So these are trials, but practically we should not use quinolones in standard treatment. The novel combination for treat MDR patient. This was first trial in which bedaquiline, moxifloxacin, PA824 and pyzomate were used. Second trial in which PA824, moxifloxacin and pyzomate is used. Third trial in clofamizine, which is used for leprosy at the dose of 100 mg OD with bedaquiline, with PA824 and pyzomate were used. STAND is shortening treatment of advanced novel drugs. This trial was test PA824, moxifloxacin and pyzomate. The first trial to test common regimen in drug sensitive as well as drug resistant tuberculosis. What is the difference currently MDR treatment? MDR treatment, the intensive phase is for 6 months. The continuation phase is 1.5 years. 6 months will include an injectable antibiotic, which is aminoglycoside, preferably kanamycin if sensitive, and it has to be given for minimum 6 months. So 6 months treatment with injectable plus 14,000 pills, 18 to 24 months of the treatment, and it's extremely expensive. Cure rates are very, very poor, only 50%. And with this regime, TB alliance regime, only 360 or lower pills, no injectables, 4 to 6 months of treatment, and it is very affordable. But still, result is awaited. Next study, phase 3 trials to evaluate efficacy of new regimen to shorten the treatment of MDR treatment. 24 months conventional treatment, which we do, moxifloxacin or amiquilone with pyzomate, kanamycin, nitramide. Palizodone we are not using, we are using PAS oblique cycloserine instead of this. Versus conventional investigational 6 months regimen with levofloxacin, linolazid, pyazolamide, isolamide, and high doses of INH with bedaquiline. So still we are waiting because this is a phase 3 trial. There are next trial, first clinical trial for new XDR TB. Regimen includes new drugs like bedaquiline, PA825 and linezolid. Potential to shorten the treatment for 6 months. This is for treatment. Now we come to diagnostic. This slide shows LTV, human host, replication of human host, and we detect this in the blood in different samples. In the first 4 boxes you can see, last 2 boxes are immune response to LTV in the blood or inside our body. First is antigen detection test LAM, ELISA urinary antigen test, or sputum antigen detection test. Now we are using LEDs everywhere. Bulbs are replaced, tube lights are replaced. This is the new innovation in microscopes. LED microscopes are available. So they tend to improve the microscopy and bleach microscopy. Culture-based growth detection test, MODS, thin layer, agar-based test, and calorimetric method, still investigatory. Then nucleic acid amplification test, which is GeneXpert, which is Haynes panel 1, Haynes panel 2. Haynes test is for MDR for positive patient, panel 1 is rifampicin INH, Haynes panel 2 is for XDR, rifampicin INH plus quinolone plus aminoglycoside. This was XDR. You can diagnose these patients within a day, within 2 days. The patient is suffering from MDR, patient is suffering from XDR. But yes, samples should be positive. If sample is not positive, GeneXpert is the answer, which will tell you about rifampicin resistance. Then there is volatile organic compounds with detection with eNOS biosensors. Then comes to cellular immune response, interferon, what we do today in today's world, quantiferon gold, or skin 6 skin test. Humoral response antibody test like IgG, IgM, IgA, which was done before. A brief about them. WHO has endorsed these tests. Culture media, liquid culture media. Culture still is a gold standard test for detection of tuberculosis, not AFB stain. AFB stain, there are different other causes of positive AFB. But yes, gold standard is culture. Culture, Baccarat or MGIT, different companies. Automated detection of MDR screening. This is GeneXpert device. As high as sensitivity is as 100% in positive samples. And molecular fine line probe assay, this is Haynes test for MDR. You need to have a positive sample, panel 1, panel 2, MDR and XDR. Then STRIPS specifications detects TB specific antigens from positive liquid or solid cultures to confirm presence of tuberculosis. This is capillary TB rapid test diagnostic test. GeneXpert. This is first major breakthrough in TB diagnostics since sputum spear microbiology. A rapid, fully automated nucleic acid amplification test provides simultaneously diagnosis of tuberculosis, mycobacterial tuberculosis, and genotype of rifampicin resistance. It will tell you about the resistance of rifampicin also. Yields positive diagnosis in 99 to 100% in the patient of smear positive and 57 to 80% in the patient of smear negative pulmonary TB. And 81.3% sensitivity in extrapulmonary tuberculosis. There is no other test for extrapulmonary tuberculosis which is so sensitive, so high as 81.3%. So the results practically is available to us. Particularly useful in TB patient with HIV co-infection or suspected case of MDR. Sensitivity 97%, in positive up to 100%. In specific, it's quite specific, around 99% specific. This is his test. First strip is showing panel 1, second is panel 2. Panel 1 was for MDR, rifampicin INH, and panel 2 for XDR. You can see the line strips which is denoting something. This is showing gene mutation of the particular drug. So it will tell you about, this strip will tell you about MDR or XDR and rapid diagnosis within 5 hours. Simultaneously detects MTB complex, mycobacterial tuberculosis complex, and resistance to rifampicin and INH. Allows early appropriate treatment and helps him to reduce the MDR patient. Now, something about this interferon gamma release assays. It is measure interferon gamma secreted by T cells. Two common tests are available: quantiferon gold, which is widely used, and T-spot TB. This is blood test, measures cell-mediated immunity response, interferon gamma using ELISA, more accurate and reliable alternative to TST. That means it is an alternative to a MEN2 test. So either you do a MEN2 test or you do a quantiferon gold test. Practically things are same. The only thing is it is unaffected by BCG vaccination. Serological test for the diagnosis of TB, something which is relevant in India, detect humoral immune response IgG, IgM, IgA to Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Currently 1.5 million tests, mainly ELISA, was performed each year for the diagnosis of active TB in India. Approximately cost, you can imagine, rupees 825 millions per year. Inaccurate and imprecise. High risk for misdiagnosis of tuberculosis, not recommended for any of the international guidelines and may not be used in developed countries. This was the relevance. Now, in July 2011, WHO issued a policy stating that commercial serological test provides inconsistent and imprecise estimates of sensitivity and specificity. Use discouraged by WHO and RNTPC. And what is RNTPC? It is Revised National Tuberculosis Control Program of India, what we know as DOTS. Ministry of Health and DCGI have banned import and sale of TB serological tests. Do more harm and like good. So these tests are banned, should not be used. It was used like now we are using quantiferon gold. I don't know what will happen in future. Quantiferon gold will also go. Now these are new tests under evaluation. Breath analyzer screening test. Device measures exhaled volatile organic compounds, results in 10 minutes. It's a good, useful for screening high-risk patient. If you screen a patient, this is a good screening test. Then lipoarabinomannan test, LAM detection in urine, measures urine level of FTP, rapid and simple test, useful in diagnosis TB in HIV co-infection. Advances in prevention of TB. You can see active disease, latent disease, adolescent, adults. There is nothing, no prevention. Only in infants you can see. So urgent vaccine is required. Current status, currently BCG is the only available vaccines for tuberculosis. Poorly protection efficacy ranges from 0 to 80%. Two sets of TB vaccines are under development. Yes, there are two vaccines. One is BCG replacement vaccine and another is booster for BCG vaccine. MVA85A and AREAS 402 are in advanced development stages of development. Maybe. To summarize, despite of all advances, TB still remains the major challenge. Rapid diagnosis for TB is now possible. Yes, GeneXpert, phase 1, phase 2. Newer drugs have potential to improve outcome of MDR-TB, and the further treatment of drug sensitivity, minimum 6 months treatment remains the gold standard, and this resolve offers the equally effective and better tolerated option for the conventional rifampicin. And I thank you all to be a wonderful audience. In case you want any queries, you can get.